Welcome back to the channel. It's a very exciting day. We have a new car. If you're new to this channel, I have a lot of cars. I have a lot of old cars, a lot of classic cars, and they're all Japanese. And I love to keep them going. And I also love to modify them. So we have a turbo CRX, we have a turbo lifted CRV, we have a turbo Miata. This car is joining the fleet with a completely different purpose. It's not going to be a race car, and it's not going to be turbocharged. We're going for a complete restoration, resto mod plus kind of a thing. What is it? It is a 1991 Honda Accord, known as a CB7, 4th generation. This is an LX, automatic 4-door. Automatic is a great reason not to put a turbo on it. This is one of my favorite Accords of all time. The 7th generation V6 has a special place in my heart, but this is from the golden era. This is 90s. This is before the Hondas all got big and added way too many electronics. They kept it simple. Now this is the Accord, so this is the grown man car of that time. This is for the grown and sexy. It had air conditioning, power windows, power locks, power steering. It had this ridiculous feature, and we've got the plush interior. We've got the armrest. We've got the 2.2 liter, which was the biggest engine you could get at the time in a Honda. The Prelude actually had a 2.3 in this generation, but this is like our single overhead cam big block Honda. This one has 127,000 miles, which is why I was excited to snag it. It does have some imperfections. You can see this hood, if you look closely, does not match. So we're gonna have some work to do. First, we're gonna get up on the lift and actually inspect the car because I just bought it yesterday and all I did was kick the tires and take it on a test drive and load it. Now, off the bat, the body is straight, but it definitely has dings and paint peeling. It's 30 years old, 35 years old, a tiny bit of rust. The interior is complete. No rips, no stains. It is definitely faded because this rear window was not tinted. So this was just taking sun for 34 years. Things that we know are wrong with it. That driver door window doesn't go up and down. Don't know why. Haven't started debugging it. The handle's broken. And so that's, something to fix. This stereo is of questionable quality and of questionable installation, but it does work. So that's good to know that all the wires are there. And this mirror is smashed. That's a bit of a safety issue, so we're gonna address that sooner than later. But it runs and drives really strong, starts right up. 14 volts when it's running, 12 volts on the battery when it's not running. And feel pretty good about it. Okay, so we have the car 2 feet in the air on quick jacks, so we can do the inspection underneath that we could not do in the test drive. So first thing I notice is we've got a Napa CV axles, so that's nice. Those have been replaced. The boots look good. The brakes I cannot see from this side, so we'll have to take that apart. There's definitely an exhaust leak somewhere. You can hear it pretty prominently. Oh, and we have our classic self-lubricating underside of any 30-year-old Honda. Oh, so ball joints. We'll do a proper ball joint test, but this is our visual inspection. This tie rod end is definitely way too loose, so that will be on our list of things that we're going to address on this car. Yep, same on this side. The bushing here for the front sway bar is roasted. Ball joint looks good. I wonder if that was replaced when they did the axles. There, that's your problem right there. You don't really want an exhaust leak in the middle of the car. Kind of can make it stink inside. The muffler looks fine. Rear suspension, we got rear brake lines. I see 0 rust on there, which is great or corrosion, because I just spent a long time on some Subaru brake lines that looked like they'd been to hell and back. And this really cool DC Sports exhaust tip, which I doubt is going to stay there very long, but whatever. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with what I'm seeing down here. I've got a short list of things I'm going to fix. You'll be seeing that all happen on this channel, but nothing looks horrible. No surprises, because I already knew I had an exhaust leak. That was clear. And all those little soft bits in the front end are pretty much, you know, always going to be bad on a car this old if someone didn't do it recently. After you've visually inspected your ball joints, you can test them out with the car lifted safely by just trying to jerk them around like this and see if you have any play. You don't want any, and I don't have any. So that's awesome. This one, upper control arm, looks like it's seen better days. That we'll put on the list as well. Let's go check the other side. Original hubcaps, and it does have all four. This is an LX, so it didn't have alloy wheels. The EX came with alloy wheels, but it did come with matching hubcaps, and I think the DX was just Steely's. I don't know. It's been about 20 years since I owned a CB7. I have driven them and owned one. I'm really excited to have one again. Yeah, that looks good. This was a good buy. Oh. The hood prop is kind of messed up, so we're definitely going to be asking our friends at Tsubasa to send us the gas hood props for this car. We're also, of course, going to be looking for a matching hood at local junkyards. And one thing that is wrong with this car that I think scared the previous owner is that it has the battery light on the dashboard. I think that was the main reason he wanted to sell it. I can see that it has a new alternator. That is shiny. I can see that this battery, this Duralast, is less than a year old. So I think the previous owner was trying to fix that battery light and couldn't. Now, before I bought it, I tested that when the car was off, I saw 12 volts on the battery, and that when the car was running, I saw 14 volts. That's how I know that the alternator is good, and I wasn't too worried about that battery. One of the first things I would normally do is the fluids, but the owner said it had a new oil change and coolant flush and actually had paperwork for it. And when I look at it, it all looks good and new there. So that just saves us a little bit of time, a little bit of money. Because we are trying to do a clean restoration, we're going to be trying to replace all these little broken bits with original parts. Ooh. And then we'll be doing, this is broken, and I don't know why it's loose. We'll be doing subtle upgrades where it makes sense, like LED headlights, the stereo, gas pistons, but mostly we're going to go for a factory fresh original look. You're not going to see this thing slam to the ground. You're definitely not seeing a spoiler and turbo. I always want to make sure the car is safe to drive before I worry about anything cosmetic. So we are going to go ahead and check these brakes. Now, I don't know if I could find some OEM Honda alloys, I will definitely go with that. Otherwise, we might restore these. We're not going to go and try to put aftermarket wheels, but maybe some premium Honda wheels like what came off the EXs. We have spiders living in the wheel. It's a really weird choice. If I was a spider, it's not where I would want to live. So I'm checking for grooves on this rotor, which I don't see, but I need to feel with my fingernail, but I want to put gloves on. And the meat on these pads, which there's plenty. And if anything just looks funny, if anything was leaking, yeah, that's definitely going to get replaced. And this is definitely going to get replaced. And that's definitely going to replace. All those little rubber bits are going to get replaced. That'll be a separate video, of course. They're not brand new, but they're definitely fine. So this is not going on our list of things to immediately address. I've identified a bunch of stuff I want to fix, but the only thing that's really holding me back from calling this like okay to drive, be it daily, is this mirror. And this is annoying, obviously, but if you didn't have a car, this is a great car. And yeah, we'll get this ordered right away if we can find something paint matching OEM. So that's the car. That's what we're going to be working on. That's the outline of the next projects coming up. So like and subscribe so you don't miss those. And we'll see you soon.